Hello everyone, Ron from HEISTMAN'S HIT THE ROAD here. Welcome to our channel. We truly appreciate you taking the time to watch and hopefully enjoy our videos. In today's episode, we're back at Lake Magic RV Resort in Clermont, Florida. And we've got a much better site than the last time we camped here. We'll give you a tour of our site and show you around the campground. Toward the end, we'll tackle a project that will help keep our pass-through storage area neat and organized. If we haven't earned your subscription yet, we hope we can today. So stick around, the adventure will start right after this quick introduction. Site 202, Lake Magic, Clermont, Florida. We're back. We'll be here for 3 weeks. It's a nice site. It's got concrete pad. Unlike the last time we were here, we were in the gravel and pretty muddy and dirty. We made the best of it. Got clear view with Starlink. We got cable television, full hookups. I was going to erect the Elevantor screen tent pop-up, but then I saw it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I'll wait until after that passes through. It'll be okay in the rain, but I'll wait. Jackie's enjoying the weather and the shade. So the bathhouse is right there. Not that we ever use the bathhouse. There you go. Well, this is the playground. I don't know that there's others, but this is the one I know about at Lake Magic. Nice little area, but there's really no swings or anything else. Just this little, I don't know what you call it, jungle gym or something. Huh. They do have basketball courts over there. Here's a seasonal site, very well maintained. Jackie said that she'd have to have flowers here, but that adds to the work, right? But you can see she's even, or he's even, they have even like raked out the sand. So it's very nice. We like it. Okay, so site 202 at Lake Magic. Went ahead and policed the site. Some of the things to note, this fishing jig. It's a fishing lure with a big old hook on it. You see a lot of these. These come out of the hose connections, the rubber from the hose connections. A drink straw, a spoon. You see a lot of these are on the electrical boxes. Looks like wire insulation. The electricians, they seem to just peel it off and throw it on the ground, I guess. Not too bad. Nowhere near as bad as the last site at Lake Magic. So we got one cigarette butt. Make campgrounds clean again. Mecca, MCCA. If we all do our part, we'll all have a more enjoyable stay. All right, we're headed for brunch. We're headed for First Watch over in Clermont. And it's nothing special about the day. It's Saturday. Just got off the phone with Jackie's mom. It's her birthday. And we're going for breakfast. It's only about I don't know, maybe a 10-minute drive, depending on traffic. See you there? What are you ordering?
I am ordering lemon ricotta pancakes.
And me, being so adventurous and all, I'm ordering the traditional breakfast.
Shocking.
Breakfast has arrived. Jackie's cousin Victor and his wife Lucretia were camping in Clearbrook Golf and RV Resort. They made the 35-minute drive to visit us, and we enjoyed an evening with them in their newly purchased fifth wheel camper. I think anyone who lives and travels full-time in an RV, like Jackie and I do, we can agree on a couple of things. We can agree that the combined weight of all our belongings is very important. It can't exceed a certain number depending on your rig. The second priority when it comes to stuff would be organization or storage or space, right? So that's what this little portion of this video is going to be about. Organizing and space saving when it comes to one particular set of tools. Okay, so I have all Ryobi 1 tools. So these batteries, I have more than this, but they're currently plugged into like Jackie's vacuum cleaner and a fan and a blower. But right now these are 4 amp hour batteries, and this is a 2 amp hour battery. So there's a big difference in size and weight and space. But you know, how do I store them? Well, I used to try to put them in a nice neat stack, and of course our moving earthquakes that we call campers moving down the road, they end up in disarray quite often. So a friend of mine came up with an idea, and that friend would be Kurt from RV Plus 3. He has, him and his son actually, has a 3D printer. And what he did was found the directions or the instructions or the program to print these holders for Ryobi 1 batteries. So this holder will mount to the wall or wherever you want to mount it, and then the battery will slide into, or the battery will slide into the holder. So the only issue here is, you know, where I want to mount it, I'd like to mount this flush to the floor in my basement, but I can't because of the height of the battery when it's inserted. Now that created a problem, and I'll show you what that is. Okay, so in order for the battery to mount or slide into this holder, I had to mount the holder low because you need room for that battery to clear the floor, like I showed you. The problem with that is it leaves a large portion of the holder really with no backing from the crossbeam up here. And that worries me because the plastic here that these screws go into is very thin. Actually, you can see how thin that base is. And I was afraid with the vibration of going down the road and moving the camper, it would tear that out. So I think I've come up with a solution. I originally went to Lowe's and I bought these 3x7 nail plates. I bought 3 of them, knowing I probably only needed 2, and I made a big mistake the first time I tried to install them. I'll show you what I did. So in a boneheaded move, I went ahead and cut these down to the height of the aluminum beam up here in my basement, which doesn't really do any good because I need to mount the holders way down in this area. So I should have never have cut them. I went back to, this time I went to Home Depot and bought some more rather than Lowe's, because in order to get up here with a drill, I also learned that I needed to buy a right angle drill. And of course, Lowe's doesn't carry Ryobi, Home Depot does. At Home Depot, Getting some supplies for mounting those battery holders. Well, I need one, but I'm gonna get two, just in case they're a little different. They're $1.21 each. Of course, I bought the other ones at Lowe's, so they could be different, but probably wouldn't make a difference. So, I'm gonna use this double-sided mounting tape. Try it anyway, it's been recommended by a friend. And I just needed a couple of packs, and I get this dual pack and they're really cheap because usually it dries up in between uses, so I don't need that for the project, but I'm just basically out. Now I have to go pick up the drill. Now when I first got here, I went right to the Ryobi 1 drills. Of course, I came to Home Depot because I use all Ryobi tools and all the batteries are interchangeable. That's why I didn't go back to Lowe's. But when I picked out the tool, it was locked up, and a fella come along, and I'm not sure he spoke English. He didn't say anything really. He unlocked the tool gate and then grabbed the box and handed it to me. I put it in my cart, and he grabbed it out of my cart and put it in his cart. And I followed him to a little room up front, and he went in that room. And the woman said, "Are you all set?" And I said, "Well, I was going to buy that. I have other shopping to do." And she said, "Okay, do your shopping, but come back here before you leave to buy it." So, you know, it must be they get them stolen. I mean, that's all I can figure, the way they're handling it. I mean, you can't even put it in your cart and take it to a cash register. You have to do it this way. So, we'll do what we need to do. So they went to get my drill. There she is. No. No, it's Ryobi. That's it. Thank you so much. This is the right angle drill I bought at Home Depot. Should work just fine. So my plan is to mount 2 of these per plate. So I'll have 4 total on 2 plates. This will go right up to this plate. The top of the plate will snug up right to the floor, up on that beam in my basement. And then I can double side tape these right to this plate, and then double side tape the plate to the top part of the beam. I'll also screw the plate in at least 3 different places, and then I'll put screws back in like the ones that I have there in the beam now. I'm hoping that with double-sided tape and all the screws, and the fact that these pieces, these holders will be backed up by this plate, that vibration will not be an issue and I won't have any trouble with them. Obviously, time will tell. So I position these about where they're going to be on the plate, these holders. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start out by drilling this hole, and this hole big enough for screws to pass through freely. And I'm also going to, once I get the double-sided tape on the back of the holders, and then the holders stuck to the plate, I'll pre-drill holes, you know, back up in here into the slots, so the screws will come out the slots here. I'll clean up the surfaces with rubbing alcohol. I'll use the double-sided tape to go ahead and tape these down. 2 strips of double-sided tape on the back of the holder. I'll trim it, and then we'll stick it on. Okay, there's 1 plate done. 2 holders, 1 plate, double-sided tape down. Go ahead and double-side tape the back, put it up into place on the beam, and then start putting screws in. Got the first plate all mounted. Like I say, got 3 screws in the plate and then 2 screws per holder. So I was going to do the other one, or at least start it, But they said the weather wouldn't be here till 8, and I looked up and it doesn't look good. And I just looked and the weather's going to be here in 20 minutes. So I'm going to pick up and get inside. Okay, next day, the weather is past. It rained most of the night, but we have a lot of wind. I have the Alventor collapse. That's easy. You just kind of like collapse it down on itself and it doesn't blow around in the wind. I do that when we're getting wind or rain. So I'm starting the second plate. I've got the tape on and trimmed on one, and I'll do the same to the other one. We'll get it on the plate. We'll double side tape the plate to the floor joist in the basement, and then we'll put the screws in, and we should be done with this project. Second holder, I've got the double side tape on there, and I've trimmed it. Now I'll get the backing peeled off and I'll stick it to the plate. I'm going to throw it away before it blows all over. All right. Of course, I've cleaned up the plate with alcohol. Just like that. Now I'll drill out those holes through the plate so I can put screws in the basement. And I've also, you saw me pre-drilled these holes for screw clearance. One other thing I did was I rounded this corner with a file, because that's going to be sticking down into the basement. And if I'm crawling in there one day, I really don't want to catch my shirt or my back on that point. So all that's left now is to clean this up with alcohol and put the double-sided tape on. I've already drilled through here, so should be about ready to go on after I get the tape on there. All right. They're all stuck. Now I'll pre-drill all those holes into the beam so I can run screws in there. That's it. All I need to do is run the screws in. Well, that should do it. There it is. Nice and organized. Okay, so in an effort to keep everything we do here real, I overlooked one other detail. These batteries release by pressing these two tabs, one on each side, okay? Well, just like this, you gotta squeeze and pull. Okay. I can't get my finger in there. They're too close together. I cannot get my finger in there. I can't get my fingers in there. So currently what I have to do, I keep this little screwdriver bit right down here, so it's always there. So currently I have to start with the outside one, pull it off, and then I can get the rest of them off with this bit. No big deal for me, but I didn't want you to have to go through it. Please note that this was not a how-to video. It's simply a video of how I did it. If you don't feel comfortable doing such things, please consult a professional. Safety first. Always safety first. If you've enjoyed watching this video, please like and subscribe. And also, click on the bell icon. That way you'll be notified when new material hits our channel. From Rohn and Jacki at HEISTMAN'S Hit the Road, have a great day, and thanks for watching.